Hi everyone! Finally I'm able to film another part in my Everything I've Ever Colored series. I'm almost done with my 3 shelves with my main books. I'm not sure if I will be filming the books that are stacked in some plastic boxes. It will depend on how easy I will get them out. The books that are stored in there are the ones that I'm not using quite often, so I'm not sure if it's interesting to show the colorings in those ones. So, for this part, I'm starting with Morphia. I've done quite a few pictures in this one. It's the most successful one of Kirby for my colorings. This is a testing page. I must say the Neo colors too are not doing well on this paper. I regret having the book with this paper because at the time when I was coloring in a lot in this book, Always Coloring, Katrina, used her Neo colors in her copy of Morphia. I was also body coloring with her and with Maya. I believe her Instagram name is Coloring Maya. She's not very active anymore. I think she used Neos too. I'm not sure. Katrine did. And it worked fantastic in her copy. She had a French one. But this one, it's a plume version. The paper is not my cup of tea. So that's why I haven't colored a lot in this book the past months, because I really like to use Neo colors, and especially for large areas. I'm going to take a look at the pictures that I have done. I really like his art style, so I must come back to it, but yeah. So I have done this double page spread with a rooster. He has some shimmering on his head. It's not stickles, it's kind of another glitter glue. And if I look back at this, I've used so many muted colors, and even the clouds here are not very vivid. It's done in 2017. May 2017, and it's very noticeable. Then I have done 2 neighbor pages. I hate this one. This was Neo color, so as you can see, the background is awful. It's really awful. It's streaky, it's ugly, it's no. I started out quite okay with her skin, but then all the rest of the details I messed up terribly. I'm more fond of this one. I like the white details, but yeah. I haven't marked my pages, so I'm very sorry. I have to search for them in this way. This one, also not too fond of it now that I look at it. I remember talking to Katrina via Instagram for asking some advice on watercolor pencils. I did have some very cheap Chinese watercolor pencils, and they didn't work that great. And also I think, but she couldn't know at that time, that it was due to the paper. I had quite some scratches, and I asked her how she did her pages, because her were very fluent and didn't have any spots or traces. And yeah, she advised to do a few layers of the watercolors, so that was a very handy tip. But yeah, she couldn't know that I had a crappy paper book. This one is quite a nice one. I like this one very much. Beautiful purples. I really like the way that the elephant, or the mythological elephant, is standing out. This one was a test with my polychromos pencils. I bought some open stock and I tested it on his skin and I was completely sold. Polychromos work very well in this book. I'm not sure, the background maybe also polychromos. It's quite a strange pattern that I've colored. It's very special. I only did it once and it was in that book on that page. And then a double page spread of my dragon. This was a body color with Katrina and Maya. Now it's in frame. Wow, it's a big book. Yeah, I'm not sure what I think about it. At the time I was very pleased with the background, and I still am, but I'm not sure about the colors of the dragon anymore. But yeah, you grow and you see the things different a few years later, so. And it had a lot of details. It took quite a while to finish it. Another one, and this one I'm very proud of. Although I could have done a darker area here for the water and lighter on top, but yeah, I didn't at the time. I really like my lion sea skin, and I'm already out of frame. Again, out of frame, I must say. I really like the beige of the lion and the turquoisey details here and there. I really had a lot of fun with him, but I hated to do the plants and all the other fishes. Those weren't my cup of tea, but yeah, they belong to the page, so I had to do them, of course. And that was it for Fanta Morphia. And the second one is Fanta Morphia and Geomorphia in one. It's a Polish version of the book, or of the two books. As you can see, it's quite a big one. So the Geomorphia is combined with Fanta Morphia. And I only did one page in this one, but I really like it. The colors are a bit more vivid in real life than they are on camera. I really like this glowing ball. I'm hoping, yeah, it's a bit visible, the shimmer. They have stickles in their eyes. I've added some golden details. I really liked working on this one. I'm sorry. Okay, refocus. This was done in June 2019, so more than half a year ago. It seems longer. And I think I've used Pablo pencils. I'm not sure anymore, but I got them from Melody for as an Easter present, and so it was June. So I think, looking at those wolves, I think I've used the Pablos for them, because you can sharpen them quite good. They're great for detailed pages. Yeah, really love them. So that was this book. Then Morphia. I think this is a disaster. I only did the intro page, if I'm not mistaken. So in 2016, December. So yeah. All the rest is, I think, from this book, still untouched. Yep, it's totally... Oh no! I did another one, wow, with Marco Ruffins. I wasn't into glitter and shimmer at that time, so no shimmer to show. So that will be the only one that I've done in here. And for some reason, the past few days, his books keep going on in my mind. So maybe I will try one with watercolors. I'm not sure yet. I don't know how the paper in this book will react to watercolor or neocolor, so I can only hope it's better than the Morphia one. And then in Morphia, I did a few, or maybe one. I know one for sure, but I did this one. It's also quite calming colors, very boring even, I should say. I have grown in vividness of coloring. This was just a base layer of, I think, watercolor paints, but I have lost my courage to work further on this one, unfortunately. Maybe someday, because I really like the composition, but for now, maybe I should do one step at a time. But this one I started, I followed a tutorial by Shirley XYZ, I believe her channel is called. I don't know if she still uploads, I don't think so. Yeah, I lost interest after a while, and then I've used some little leaves as a testing area, and yeah. I don't think I'm a doodly person. Too much details. So, but still happy to have this book in the collection, of course. Then we are hopping over to some Eastern books. This is a Dutch imprint of the Pandora coloring book. I did quite a few pages in here. I don't think I've done here. No. Very thick paper. I've done this double page spread with Erogitin and Crayola pencils. And some soft pastels, I think. A very special book, if you consider the artwork. I've done this one. Also very plain picture. Done this one. It was like there were some nuclear clouds in the back. And that was it for this book. I don't think neos work very well in that one either. Then a Chinese coloring book. I'm not sure how it's called. I bought it on AliExpress. But most of my Chinese coloring books are from AliExpress. This is a whip. I started with the sky doing in acrylic paints, and I really like the outcome. But I think I've stopped coloring it because I don't like how she's looking. Her eyes, the skin. No, I just lost interest in this one. It's a shame. I really like the sky, but then I did this one. This was the first one I did in here. Also very pale coloring. Not a lot of detail in the skin, so it was one of my first. April 2017 with Sudi style pencils. It's also a budget-friendly brand of coloring pencils, and don't know if they are still sold. I liked them at the time, but compared to some other budget-friendly pencils, I'm not too fond of them anymore. This book I did this lady. Again, a skin without much detail. But I'm glad that I could do a bit of shadows here and there, and on the roses I did quite a special background. Not very suitable, but okay. I started to do the background on this one way back, but not sure when I will be continuing this one. That's only 2 pages I've done in that. Then we have my colorful town, I think it's called. If I'm not mistaken, this is a Korean coloring book, and I only did 1 in here, and that was this one. If I'm not mistaken, I've used some gesso on some objects to mark out the lines. This is definitely Neocolor 2 as a background, and I really like how this turned out. There's some shimmer going on here and there, and some gold paint, and some stickles in her bottle. It's not very visible, and her glasses are shimmery too. So very nice, very lovely picture. I really like this book, but it's the only thing I've colored in here. And then we are going to Tomoko Toshiro's coloring books, or coloring book, no, books. I have a few others lying here. I'm going to grab those too. In this one, I recently did a very simple one. This one wasn't very inspired to color in all the snowflakes, so I've used some shimmer paints, and yeah, it's not fantastic, but oh well. And then I've only done 1 other, I think. Oh no, 2. I did this one with Erogitan pencils and Mungyo pastels. I really like those little circle areas. And I did this one also with the Erogitan colored pencils. And I did use some shimmer. No stickles, but some glitter glue, I think. And that was it for this book. These books are very beautiful, but they are detailed like crazy. No, I'm not out of focus. Like really, really, really detailed. All those little leaves, I'm sure it will look amazing when colored in, but hoo-hoo. I will do those when I'm retired, I think. Did do on the back those 3 little, yeah, those 3 little guys sleeping. I started this page, but all those details got me blocked. I really did like how I turned the water dirty, because she was a creepy old witch, but yeah, I've lost my interest, and yeah. I did this double page spread with Sleeping Beauty. Oh no, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Okay. Don't even know that fairy tale. I like how this one turned out. A very pale skin without much detail. But I do like the green guys here. They're quite nice. And then I did Snow White with the Seven Dwarfs. Very pale skin again. All of my colorings were very pale at the moment. 2017. Here they have a bit more blush. It's 5 months after the right page. So she has a little bit more of pigment on the face. But yeah. That was it for this. I don't think I have done anything else in this one. No. Then we have Fairy Tales, also by Tomoko Toshiro. Oops, I'm constantly bumping the camera, I'm sorry. He's standing on my desk chair again. Okay, I did this double page spread from Rapunzel. And I've used quite some glitter glues, not stickles. Yeah, it's not wow, but I was happy that I did the double page spread. But it was a labor. Way too many details. Although I really like the artwork, oh, it's such a pain. Here I made it myself very easy with just doing a background in different kinds of watercolors. And she has some glitter effect also. But a pale skin, not much detail. Okay, that was it for this book. Then we have Alice in Wonderland. I did 2 in here, both with Arteza watercolor pencils. I'm going to make this a watercolor book. So this was done last year, I think in the summer somewhere. I forgot to write my date down. And the first one I did this morning whilst reviewing the 120 set also of the Arteza colored pencils. And I really like how it turned out. So those are the only 2 in this book. Then we have Rhapsody in the Forest by Kanoko Egusa. Haven't done a lot in this one, I think. I've done this one, of which I'm quite proud. I'm very pleased with the little details and with his jacket. It's Kuretake Genzai Tambi paint. I really like how his fur turned out. I'm not always good at coloring fur, but sometimes it's like that someone else is taking over my hand, and yeah, I'm very happy with how he turned out. And this whole page, I love the color scheme also. And that's it for this book. And then the last one for this part is Menuet de Bonheur. I did a few more in here. I did this one. Quite, yeah, not too fond of that one anymore, but it's okay. I've done this one. I really like this one. I love the soft background colors here. Then this one I did in January of 2017, and I was surprised with the fur that I did. It's not super bad, and I was very pleased with the grapes. So yeah, this one I did in 2018 around October, so it was before Halloween, but yeah. And then I did this page in June and July of 2019, with most of it were the Holbein pencils and some watercolor ones also. And I did this double page spread with Erogitin pencils. And used some stickles on the bubbles. The little froggies. Oops. I did all these bunnies in different pencils, and some other objects also with different pencils, and autofocus again. I have one called Marco, but I don't have a clue anymore. I think this is Prisma. There's a Polychromos bunny, a Crayola bunny. I can't remember who's who, but there's a Marco Renoir bunny also. And I did this in, I'm not sure, I think 2 years ago. This was a color along from Julie's Passion for Coloring, I think her channel is called. I think I followed her fur tutorial then. And maybe I did the other picture with the foxes after this one, because I wanted to try the fur as an extra. This was a whip, but I'm not finishing it, I don't like it. And that's it for this book. And that's it for this part. Through all of my books for this stack. Oh, and I've dropped quite a few papers here. So I'm going to say goodbye, put these books away and grab some others out so that I can film an extra part. Thank you for watching, and until the next time, bye bye.